From the headlines that move us
to plays on the field and people making a difference.
It's news, sports, and stories that keep our community alive.
And this is the Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
I'm Christopher Ingram.
And I'm Amber Uhler.
You are Mrs. Universe Amber Uhler.
I am. And I was here just a few weeks ago as a guest, and now I get to be in the co-pilot seat with Chris, and I'm so excited to be here.
You did such a great job. We had to have you back. Serena can't be here today. She had a personal matter she had to take care of, but we're glad to have you.
And yes, thank you, Serena, for the opportunity. I'm so excited.
Well, we have a great guest here today.
Yes, we have Moody.
Erica Moody from the University Community Development Corporation.
Yes, sir.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's so happy to be here and tell you more about the University Area CDC. You also may know us as UACDC, and we're in the community doing good work.
So for those who don't know, we're talking about the University of South Florida area, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And community development. You guys do all sorts of programs and have resources available for people. Give us your overview of what you guys do.
Yeah. Well, I am actually a USF double graduate. And
Go Bulls.
Go Bulls, and had no idea that the nonprofit was just down the street from the University of South Florida. And once I learned about it and all the programs and resources we have, I was just absolutely hooked. So I've been there for about 10 years, wow. And we have something for everyone. All different types of programs for children, youth, adults, seniors, people with disabilities. So we really like to cater to all the different needs of the community. So I think throughout this time, I'll tell you a little bit about our programs, from health and wellness to workforce, economic development, and then I've done a lot of work in our housing department, building that out.
That's fantastic. Now I got a question for you. I should have asked you this before the show, but Mark Sharp is a friend of mine, former Hillsborough County Commissioner, and he used to be involved in some sort of organization. It's not the same one, is it?
It's not, but we work all together. So University Area is just this melting pot of resources and stakeholders coming together, from Advent Health to the VA to USF itself to UACDC from the nonprofit, and then organizations like Soaring Cities that have come together to really bring everybody at the table and talk about, what do we want this neighborhood to look like? What do the residents need? How do we fill those gaps and really redevelop the area? So the big one that you probably are aware of is the redevelopment of the University Mall into what's now being called Rhythm. So it'll bring housing, retail, technical industries, and we're just really excited about the opportunity. And we're getting in there from the nonprofit side.
That's fantastic. Now, you talked about the mall. Give us a timeline. What exactly is going on up there? The last time I was at that mall was about 4 years ago. I went on a Sunday afternoon. It was pouring down rain. There was a movie that I wanted to see. It was only shown at that theater in Tampa.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how dead it was. So it definitely needs that revitalization. What are you guys going to do to it?
Absolutely. So we're not leading the actual redevelopment of the mall. We're a part of it. What I know is that they are redoing everything. And like I said, they have redone the movie theater and the View Studio, as well as really looking at the retail, as well as student housing. So they're doing some student housing over there. What we've done from the nonprofit side is we've land banked as well. So we are making sure that we are also developing for the community. And since 2016, we started a real estate arm, an LLC, and we started buying vacant land in the community. So that was in 2016, and then today we have 18 parcels that are earmarked for community development. So we're working with partners that are redeveloping the mall and bringing these jobs to the area, and then making sure that we're training up residents so they can get the jobs, and then building housing so we can keep residents in the community. So we do it together as stakeholders in the neighborhood.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of things. When we were talking before the show, you talked about having swim lessons.
Yes.
Which is near and dear to my heart. I love swim safety and drowning prevention. We talked about it on my show, but tell us about what you offer the community.
Yeah. It's so great at what you do with childhood safety and swimming, and we live in Florida, and it's the number one cause.
It's the number one cause of death for children 5 and under in Florida. That's
absolutely. So we've partnered with the Children's Board of Hillsborough County and our local YMCA, and we actually do swim safety classes through our Get Moving program. It's our free health and wellness program. So we do swim classes. We also have sports, health and wellness for the community. We now offer soccer, football, cheerleading, karate, boot camp, yoga, all free for youth and adults. And you're like, oh, that's so great. but none of these things existed 10 years ago, and the community told us, we want access to a park, we want access to health and wellness. And I was speaking on our land banking strategy before. We acquired a 7-acre parcel, and we thought, oh, we're gonna build housing. What a beautiful opportunity to build housing. But before we started building, we said, let's ask the community what they want. And they wanted a park.
That's what I thought.
They wanted a park, and they actually wanted a pool and all of these, exciting things that we take for granted.
Great amenities.
It's like the conversation of access. So we realized that kids don't have a playground, they don't have a sports field, they don't have access to these opportunities that many of us do. So we built the 7-acre park, which is now known as the Harvest Hope Park today. A lot of our sports operate there, and there's a 33-bed organic community garden as well.
Wow.
Love to have you out there. We have volunteering every Friday in our community garden, and it's really teaching people how to grow their own food, and then it starts to turn into cooking classes and food distribution. So that's a little bit of our health and wellness umbrella.
This is really like a one-stop shop. You can get so many things. You can get housing, you can get cooking classes. Didn't you say jujitsu?
Yeah, we have something for everyone. Cool. Yeah. Well, I love that you say a one-stop shop, because it's one of those things where you meet someone anywhere, usually in the garden, and we'll have a conversation around tomatoes, and then we'll slowly start to learn about their needs, and it'll be, I'm looking for a job, or I need to make more money to pay my bills. It could be housing, it could be food security, it could be tutoring for their children. So once we get to know people more and meet them where they're at, we get to kind of wrap our arms around them with all the services.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to jump back to something you guys were talking about earlier.
Of course.
To give a shameless, not so shameless plug for Amber. When you were talking about the children's swim lessons, Amber was instrumental in getting state legislation passed that provided free.
Yes, SB 544.
Yeah.
I was
free
swim
lessons
for children
kids under 6.
Well, it was under 5, and now they just made it under 7.
Yeah.
So they just changed it. I know, and it's my dream to get it nationwide.
That's amazing.
Yes,
that's big stuff. And we need people like you pushing policy in that way to help people.
Thank you. Thank you so
It
much.
matters.
And people like you who are meeting people where they're at, and it sounds like you're able to tailor to their needs what they're looking for, whether it's a job, housing, tutoring for their kids. That's all such incredible work that you're doing.
Absolutely.
What gets you excited about getting up in the morning and going to work?
I love that question. What a meaningful question. People. People are amazing, and I like to believe that there's still good in the world, and kind of taking that positive lens and giving everyone a chance that we speak to. But the residents in University Area are just truly amazing and have so much talent that is just an area of untapped potential. So I think that untapped potential is what is so exciting, and that we've been making progress, but really the next 10 years for the community, for us as an organization, is really getting into true community development and building the neighborhood out. So that's what excites me, as well as, I'm pursuing the same things that our residents are, good paying jobs, healthy food. So there's, you see yourself in the people that you're serving, and just makes you feel blessed that you get to go home to a roof over your head and, put food on the family for your table.
Erica, how big of an issue is transportation? We hear about transportation so much. Hillsborough, Pinellas, the whole Tampa Bay area, we have transportation issues. That area in particular, because it's kind of underserved and it's lower socioeconomic status, are probably in more need of public transportation than other parts of the county and the city. What's the transportation plan for the university area?
We are working on that now, especially with all of the development. That's a lot of the questions that we're starting to get is, how are we planning for growth? And that is really where we work with our government stakeholders and our partners to see what is the growth planning, what does the infrastructure look like? Because we want to make sure that the infrastructure is there for the development that wants to come. So that's really a big part of what we do. And I actually came from the University of South Florida. I worked for the Center for Urban Transportation Research for many years. So pedestrian, bicycle, transportation is like my niche. But it's so important that we're planning the infrastructure for the growth that's coming. What we do is we advocate for that infrastructure. So throughout the last 10 years, we've advocated for sidewalks from Mort Elementary to the Harvest Hope Park because we realized we built this park, but kids can't get there safely. So the county was a great partner in that, and we built a safe route from the elementary to the park, and it's wins like that that really make a community safer, because now you don't have moms pushing their kids in strollers in the middle of the street with speeding cars. So yeah, we do what we can to improve the infrastructure, and we work with the partners that can make it happen.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great
question.
You've got University of
Great
South
question.
Florida, obviously huge population there, probably one of the larger employers in that particular university development area, along with Busch Gardens. Who are some of the other stakeholders, and what kind of partner is Busch Gardens in helping to build up the university area?
Yeah, great questions. I mean, there's such great major anchor institutions. The VA is a huge one as well. Really all the partners coming to the table. And the way that we do that is we have a quarterly partners coalition group that meets quarterly at our main center at the Victor Crist Community Center complex. And we bring the stakeholders together and talk about what's going on in the area, what are you working on, breaking down those silos. So our next partners coalition is May 14th. And that's where people really come to have that conversation at the table and making sure we're not making those decisions, in those silos, and that we're building the community together.
It really seems like you're hands-on, like with the parcel of land, you ask them what they wanted, you're giving people the options and hearing what they want and what they need in their community, and that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you for picking that out, because that's really the core of what we're doing with community development. Developers can come into neighborhoods and build whatever they want, but the way that we do it differently is we build it with the residents. So we ask them, what do you want? Okay, we'll take it back and get a couple renderings and bring it back, and then they'll actually inform that community development. And then that pride starts to come through, and they're like, I built this, I put this together, I had input on what's going on, so that, and at the end of the day, it's theirs, it's their community. So those assets become theirs.
That's beautiful.
So the residents actually protect the park. We don't have security because the residents are like,
awesome.
you're not
Don't
following
mess
the
up our
rules.
park.
Yeah. So, but that is success. That's what success looks like, is that community pride, because it's not ours, it's theirs, and then they keep it safe.
As it relates to housing, we have a tremendous housing shortage, particularly for people who need some assistance. What are the
Absolutely.
plans that are kind of in the works for addressing that issue in the university area?
Absolutely. Yeah, we are in a housing need at the time, and all of the data shows that University Area is one of the best places to build in Tampa. I don't know if I want to share that secret for whoever's listening, but we really want to capitalize on that and make affordable housing accessible, and do that through two strategies. Create new housing, so building housing from the ground up and working with partners and developers to do ground up new construction to bring housing online. And then another untapped gem of University Area is the existing housing stock. So the second strategy is to preserve affordable housing through our acquisition rehab. So we buy, we rehab, and then we rent out properties as well. Okay. We have a specific acquisition rehab program for veterans, and it's Rehab to Restore Hope for Veterans. Nice. And then we buy housing, and then we fix it up real nice and get veterans in there.
That's fantastic.
Is there anything you don't do?
I know, right?
Yeah. We're actually closing on a veteran duplex on Wednesday, so we're really excited to bring another one online, and looking for more partners that support that.
Well, I'm really impressed by, as you said, like the gamut of all the things that you guys offer. I saw on your website you have like some entrepreneurs forum coming up, and I mean, you're just involved in everything. It's like, wow.
I think the two things I haven't mentioned yet are our workforce program and our Steps for Success program, which really get into the employment areas. The workforce program is amazing. We have a computer lab where residents can come in and receive job training, interview, practice, resume building.
I was gonna say, build a resume.
All the things. And sometimes you just got to get those nerves out and practice a mock interview before you go to the real thing. So we're there to help support and coach and mentor that. But we also have 40 different certifications that we provide.
Wow.
Most free of cost, from
What are some of those?
OSHA, food handling certifications. We're looking at CNA, potentially phlebotomy, and then we also do like financial counseling and budgeting as well.
Are those open to people that only live in that area? Do they have to meet certain financial need requirements? Who can come in and take advantage of those programs?
That's a great question. We primarily serve the 33612 and 33613 zip codes, but we don't turn people away. We do provide those services, and if we're not the best fit, then we have great partners, but we are serving kind of that primary area around the University of South Florida.
Very cool.
It's amazing.
And is there a website if people want to get involved,
Absolutely.
learn more about what you do and the programs?
We have a whole volunteer base, so if anything interested you today, you can check us out at uacdc.org. You can click volunteer or smash that donate button and support us. But in all seriousness, we have just amazing programs, amazing staff, amazing partners, and the residents really make it what it is. So you could talk about it all day, but getting out there and experiencing it for yourself is everything.
Makes a
so
difference. Yeah.
I invite you to join us.
Fantastic. Well,
I
we
love
thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank
Erica
you for having
Moody,
me.
CEO and Executive Director of University Area Development Corporation.
It's been a pleasure.
We-
Thank you so
we
much.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Every story shared
Adds another heartbeat to Tampa Bay.
from courage to community.
We're proud to tell the stories that keep our neighborhoods strong.
Thanks for watching Heartbeat of Tampa Bay. I'm really impressed at all the things you guys do. That's really amazing.
Thank you.